Well, we've just come out of the cut just south of Mandurah in Western Australia, and I'm with the boys from Fremantle Octopus, and we're about to see what these guys can do. Now, these guys get out there and chase them in big numbers, and this is a sustainable fishery, which is awesome, with all these octopus heading back to the fish markets and to the restaurants in WA and around the country.
Got 1,000 pots in the water at the moment.
1,000 in the water, and so you work these on a cycle?
Yeah, every 7 days they get pulled. We pull 350 each day that we go out, so we work 3 days a week. So they're in the water all season, the whole year round. Each time we bring them in, when they start getting a bit of growth, they clean up, so we've got to give them a scrub. We've got a bright orange float that represents the north end of our lines.
We've just pulled up on the first part of the line here, and you haven't done this before, have you, big fella?
No, I haven't been out here before.
Well, we're going to...
Been out of my comfort zone out here.
We've got Jason and Rob, and up the front we've got Martin, who's the skipper. We're going to just drift along the line, and these guys are going to be pulling them in. We're going to see what happens, and hopefully we can get stuck into it ourselves.
Yeah.
Skipper Martin Paul prepares to grapple the line aboard, and then the hard work for deckhands Rob and Jason will begin. They clear the marker buoys away to get the deck ready for action, and within seconds, the first of the octopus traps are coming aboard. 3 traps together is 1 pot, and there are 50 of these pots per line. Each one weighs in at 50 kilo, and that's not counting all this sand. Bit of an eye-opener. The extra load of sand has built up due to heavy wave surges while this line's been on the bottom, and it has to be sluiced out with extra salty water, which also provokes the octopus to come out of their traps. And if the trap becomes caught up, the job becomes even more hard work. Not to mention, a lot more dangerous. Good thing the skipper's there to lend a hand. Wow, this is pretty crazy stuff. The guys are going flat to the wall. At the moment, there's loads of sand inside these traps, so what they've got to do is hose it all out. Make sure that these beautiful little crabs, as you can see here, they've got a whole box of them. There's a light that goes on up in here and flashes. So these crabs are the things that actually attract the octopus into the trap. Pretty amazing stuff. Baited and set for another drop, the pots have to be cleared away quickly to the stern. It's relentlessly dangerous and hard yakka.
Now he's sparking. Up in between his eyes.
But it soon pays off.
From there to our rinse bucket. 5 minutes from there, they go into our ice box.
Right, I tell you what, these guys go at an amazing pace. It's absolutely flat out. There's no interchange bench to give these boys a spell, and the work calls for skill as well as strength. It's like watching a footy game on fast forward. Here comes a big one right now. Down on there, through the centre. Brain spike him straight away. Body goes straight in. It's a pretty standard sort of catch. You've had all the sand and all the, the bad weather. We're sort of expecting less or more? So this counts as a pretty quiet day in the office for these blokes, and Brendan and I are getting breathless just watching them. How are we going to go when it's our turn to tackle the job and the ockies? How heavy are these octopus?
Average octopus about 1.2 kilos.
Yeah, right.
We get some big ones up around the 2 to 3 kilo mark. Every one that comes in there's a $10 note.
There's an incentive to keep the work rate up, pot after pot. It's full on out here. And the pots don't get any lighter as the guys start counting down to the last of the line. Here we go. Couple more. Here comes 20 bucks. 90% male.
This one in here is eating a cuttlefish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, he's a big sucker too.
He's just having a little snack.
Oh, look at that. There's the cuttlefish head. And the octopus is eating this cuttlefish. And that's the end of the line. It's like half-time in a hard-fought game. And a break in which Brendan and I can learn more about how it all works. All right, so this is the bait. How do you actually set the pot?
Right, you get the crab, there's a double bit there with a hole in it. You stick the pin of the crab into the hole.
It goes through and pokes out the back.
Then we pull the string, which lifts the door up.
Crab's pulled, that'll slip off.
Yep.
Door will shut.
Slam shut.
Half-time's over. And the second half of this game is as strenuous and exacting as the first. They send them straight back out again. So in about 12, 15 minutes, all these pots will be back down on the bottom, working again. Brendan looks pale, and we haven't even started yet. Amazing.
50 kilo, straight up onto the deck, straight out in the water. You're talking about 50 of them. Let me tell you, these guys are super tough. You not only got to be physically strong, you got to be straight on your game, because if you muck up here, you're in all sorts of trouble.
And the relentless pace goes on, hooking pots up to the line that just keeps on rolling out. All the way until the end.